Everybody loves starting with a bang, so here are the best moments when the first episode was too peak in anime. Everyone was waiting for this anime to kick off the 2026 season, and it did not disappoint one bit. Sentenced to be a Hero follows an interesting premise, wherein being a hero is actually a punishment. However, what stood out the most was the glorious animation, which was too beautiful and pristine to ignore. There was no better way to introduce fans to this show, especially with a 1-hour special. And Xylo Farm's Max Aura, as he takes down the Demon Lord with Best Girl Teorita. We hope she gets all the praise and pats she deserves.
It's a Titan! It blasted a hole. Like it was kicking a rock. Alive! They break the wall! We have to go. Eren, no! Every last one of us is going to be devoured!
Attack on Titan is more like Attack on Mental Health, because that very first episode gave us all kinds of trauma. Seeing the Colossal Titan and Armored Titan break down the walls and wreak havoc was definitely a sight to behold, but the moment that had all of us going crazy was seeing Eren witness his own mom getting devoured by the Smiling Titan. To kick off such an iconic series in such a brutal manner totally worked, because everyone was hooked to see how things were going to unfold.
Eren, just take me and run! Now! I want to more than anything! But first I need you on your feet! Sweetie, listen to me. My legs have been crying. Mikasa, make him! I can't! You want all three of us to die? Honest!
And saving lives!
No way! Don't do this, please!
No.
Wait! No! We can't just leave her! I love you! You hear me?
レスキューだ。レスキューハンターが来てくれた。突っ走りすぎだよ。多く助けたくて。それに2人が守ってくれるって信じてますから。ボスではなさそうですね。
この群れのリーダーってとこだろう。ヨング、行くぞ、運作。
了解。
Yay, solo leveling! Had everybody craving for more right from the very first episode. The show kicks off with an epic battle on Jeju Island, wherein we see some of the Korean S rank hunters facing off against the dangerous ants. However, it was the double dungeon that totally floored us all, especially after the statues started attacking everybody. Jin Woo was still E rank here, and it's incredible to see how powerful he's become from this point onward. Even the show's haters have to admit that this was a pretty cool way to kick off a super hype brand.
なんだこの石像。ずいぶん古そうですが、これだけひときわ大きい。
カルテノン神殿の掟。
私たちのことを見てたんです。
まさか。
おい、扉が閉まったぞ。
舐めてかかるからこんなことになるんだ。
おかしいだろ。ここは D 級ダンジョンなんだ。こんな怪物がいるなんて聞いてない。The smell of blood.
Nezuko, what happened to you?
Nezuko's the only one who's still warm. If I can get her to a doctor, she might live. How could something like this happen? Move those legs of yours faster! We've still got a long way to go to get to town. Mother will save you!
For a show that's become so immensely popular, Demon Slayer starts off on a tremendously depressing note. Tanjiro coming back to see his entire family killed off by Muzan was a shocker to everyone, but that wasn't even the main revelation. It was Nezuko turning into a demon, and if that wasn't enough, then we also have the encounter against Giyu, where we see her trying to curb her demonic instincts. This first episode had everybody curious for more, and considering the insane success Demon Slayer is currently enjoying, it certainly paid off.
A demon! But she isn't the one who killed them! She was lying on top of Rokta like she was protecting him. Was one more. There was another scent. I have to at least save Nezuko though. But she's too strong for me to do anything. Please! Who's that?
Why are you protecting it?
She's my sister!
You call that thing your sister?
What is that thing?
Sasaki,
Thank goodness. Where have you
help me.
The curse has been unleashed. Its presence is everywhere. Out of my way! Demon dogs! Eat it, boy.
Jujutsu Kaisen started off as a hybrid show with all kinds of comedy, but it was the premise that got fans fascinated from the very first episode. Seeing the curses for the first time was horrifying, but at least Megumi got a very rare moment for him to aura farm. However, it was Yuji eating Sukuna's finger and turning into the king of curses himself that made all of us lose our minds. We're familiar with anime, where the hero and the villain are the same person, but this kind of relationship was way too interesting to ignore.
Am I really just gonna sit here and wait because he told me to? Close!
There you are.
No chance of that. Damn! Is it trying to swallow her and the cursed object? I'm not gonna make it! There's a way I can save everyone! I just need to have my own cursed energy, don't I?
Don't do it.
Don't do it!
デンジよ、俺たちはてめえに感謝してんだぜ。でも俺は犬は臭くて綺麗だ。てめえみてえに悪魔と契約することにしたんだ。
デビルハンターの C デビルハンターくんじゃバカ悪魔の力あげるっつったら自分たちから僕の奴隷になってやみんなそいつバラバラにしてくさ出口や離せ
Chainsaw Man pretty much told us that Denji was going to have it rough in the very first episode itself. Getting introduced to this tragic character was a strong experience, but then to see Pochita merging with him and turning him into the Chainsaw Devil was pretty freaking cool. We also get to see that there's no holding back in terms of the gore factor, because Denji's very first outing with his new powers leads to some very severe casualties. And yes, we meet Baddie Makima too, but we'd rather not talk about her after what she did to Reese.
ことじゃねえけど邪魔すんならなんだお前さっきの雑魚悪魔が体を乗っ取ったのかまだだサジャの舞これが街の外の無駄なあがきご苦労様どんだけ努力してもどうにもなんねえこともあるのかもなもう諦めおいアスタ確かにお前は魔法帝にはなれない聞いたかお友達も無理だ負け犬じゃねえそいつはスタは俺のライバルだ
Asta was really annoying to begin with, but even then, this scene won all our hearts back in 2017. In a desperate attempt to save Yuno, Asta finds himself in a tough spot, but then his main character energy awakens and with it, the 5-leaf clover. It may seem fast-paced, but fans loved it because Asta could finally fight on equal footing with mages, especially his rival. And thankfully, his screaming toned down a bit too as the show progressed.
まただ情けねえと言うのちょっと待ってろ今こいつを倒す首もワールやっぱりなアスタが選ばれないなんて 言えねえ。お前の魔法。お前に魔力はなかった。何なんだそのグリモワールは。
よ悪魔が住む。
何者だお前は。
趣味でヒーローをやっているものだ。
その適当な設定は。私は人間どもが環境汚染を繰り返すことを抹消するため、私は地球の石によって生み出されたのだ。もしもでやるやつに歯向かうわ。
それが俺の夢。弟よ、これを飲めば求めていた力が手に入るぞ。いちご味にしておいたぞ。筋肉、最高の知力と最強の肉体を求めた。
今日の男、俺は最強の男。
どうだ弟よ、誰か乗ってる。
パンツ履けよ。
俺はただ強さを求めていただけなのに、やっと最強の男になれたっていうのに。誰だか知らんが、お前のせいでリサが死んだ。これが俺たち兄弟の力。
The very first episode of One Punch Man gave us such peak animation that we all thought this anime was going to have a legendary run. Unfortunately, after it turned to One Frame Man in Season 3, there isn't much hope left for us. Anyway, things kicked off perfectly with the fight against Vaccine Man, and even the demolition of the giant Brawn Man. However, it was the dream sequence battle against the Subterraneans that got everyone hooked to the show. Yeah, Season 1 totally delivered.
見られずまったらスカビカスタムよろしく Z マクチェ様だ。
以前は戦いの中で様々な感情が渦巻いていた。
貴様のご自慢のヘッドライトをテールラパ
強い。何なんだお前ら。
と呼ぶそうだな。我々は数が増えすぎた。よ
おしゃくな。消えろ。
マジであんなの見に行ったの。
Species are becoming extinct at a faster rate than has occurred.
「直訳で死のノート」。このノートに名前を書かれた人間は犬。たく病んでるな。まったくどうかしてるな。僕も。
Death Note is one of the most popular anime in mainstream media, and a lot of that has to do with the very first episode, where we learn most of its rules. We meet Light, who discovers the ultimate weapon, and soon realizes that he can use it to rule the world. Then there's also the first time he meets Ryuk and learns even more about what he's getting himself into. There's not a lot of action, and there's nothing that requires pristine animation, but the story alone was what got fans addicted to this iconic show.
気に入ってるようだな。なぜそんなに驚く？死神のリュークだ。もうそれがただのノートじゃないって分かってるんだろ？
死神か。驚いてないよ、リュウク。
なるほどな。お前には驚かされるぜ。ノートは人間界のものになる。つまりそいつはもう他の人間に回せ。その時はお前のデスノートに関する。
あ、本当にデスノートを使った代償って何もないんだな。
死んでからのお楽しみだ。
Like and subscribe if you love this video. Drop some suggestions in the comments below, and we'll make videos on them too. Okay then, see you in the next one.